Saw that collection of loot you had in here?
Just a little bit, just a little.
Oh,
Would have your name on it.
God, I thought it said TSM Imperial Hellgun. Jesus Christ.
Hey, there's outside here.
I got your little pink gun.
Wait, do you?
Something similar to it.
The blicky blick.
We have been continuously opening people's eyes to the corruption and cheating that's going on. Many of you guys who have been around for some time will understand many of the different aimbot settings that can be used by cheaters, and I'm going to explain something quickly now using the basic option aim at nearest player. Now this is an aimbot setting that's very basic, but it allows you to aim at the nearest player to you. Of course, that is probably the biggest risk to the user. If they try and aim at somebody further away and there's somebody nearer to them, or if their aimbot locks onto somebody further away and there's somebody nearer to them, the chances are the person nearest to them is going to be the one to cause them the most problems in the game. So the last thing they want to do is to be locked onto somebody further away when they need to engage in this gunfight. Now imagine having somebody using aim at nearest player as a setting on their aimbot, but they're trying to aim at somebody who's further away from them, but there's somebody nearer, and they accidentally snap onto that person. So they don't take the shot, but they just look shocked. Yeah, I mean, who would do that and live stream it to thousands of people? It looks like Nadia has done it recently. There's a moment in her Rebirth gameplay that shows her downing an enemy, and instead of finishing that downed player, she then decides to try and shoot somebody who's gliding in further away. And as she's doing that, her aim appears to snap directly back to the downed player, and it seems extremely unnatural, the behaviour, and she doesn't take the shot straight away. Her aim snaps back to the player, and then she has a little quick second of shock, then decides to aim back down sight and take her shots on the down player. I'm going to run that clip through for you now.
Saw that collection of loot you had in here?
Just a little bit, just a little. Would have your name on it.
God, I thought it said TSM Imperial Hellgun. Jesus Christ.
Hey, there's outside here.
I got your little pink gun.
Wait, do you?
Something similar to it.
The blicky blick.
It's not that one.
Now in that clip, it was originally sent to me by somebody claiming it was wall hacks. How did she know there was an enemy out there? But just prior to her calling out there was somebody in that direction, you can hear the gunshots from that direction. So that has been debunked, but when I was watching this, I saw that snap. She was trying to shoot somebody in the distance who was gliding in, and you can clearly see her aim having an unnatural movement to the downed enemy, and that is when she decides to stop ADSing, has a little moment to herself, and then goes back in. Let's watch it again now in slow motion so you can see just how unnatural that movement is. Okay, so that was an example of what I believe to be aiming at the nearest person. And yes, there are other aimbot settings that do similar things as well. And aim at nearest person is definitely one I would say is the easiest option for me to explain that to you. But we also have to account for the fact that there is free movement in amongst that, and the fact when she's trying to shoot at the guy in the distance, it seems natural for a while until that snap. Now picture this. She has aimed at nearest player set to on, but she also has aimbot toggle on, so she has to toggle her aimbot on for it to work. Now this is a feature we've also explained on this channel. If you're unaware, that can be used with a foot pedal, any key on your keyboard, a button on your mouse, or if you're using controller, you can actually have it set to one of the paddles on the controller. Now imagine she's trying to look natural on this guy in the distance before she toggles her aimbot on and lasers him out the sky. But as she toggles on, her aim snapped to the down player, and I couldn't think of a better way to explain what I've seen in that clip. Don't know about you guys, but that's exactly what I'm seeing when I look at that short moment of Rebirth gameplay from Nadia. But this isn't the first time it's happened to Nadia. There was a moment in Fortune's Keep where something extremely similar happened, only this time it was close quarter combat. There was none of this distance, nobody gliding in. There were two enemies in front of her. She was trying to aim at one, but it looked like her aim was forcing her to the other enemy next to her, because that enemy appeared to be closer than the one she was trying to shoot. Take a look at this clip now.
That's so annoying.
So in that clip you can see that she's already in an engagement with somebody else. She is chasing somebody down. That same person is the one that turns back and tries to go back inside. She has turned with that enemy and her crosshair seems to be positioned very nicely. But as that enemy goes through the door, another one appears to her left, and as she's still trying to ADS towards that door, her aim seems to be pulling to the enemy on the left side. And her reaction to this one is like, what's going on? This isn't what I want to happen. And you can see it in her facial expression, you can see her eyes, and you can hear the way she reacts. So let's play it again in slow motion so you can see the behaviour of her aim. And then we're going to zoom in on her reaction as well. Check it out.
That's so annoying. That's so annoying.
That's so annoying.
So, how many times have you guys had moments like this where your aim behaves in a way that it just shouldn't? Where your aim pulls to an enemy? Now, I am not talking about those moments where you are aiming at one enemy and another enemy crosses your line of sight, causing your aim assist to slightly move. That is not what we're talking about here. We are talking about the moments where you are aiming in one direction and your aim seems to just travel fast to another direction. Oh, and there's an enemy. How many times has that happened to you guys? It hasn't happened to me. And this to me clearly showcases a number of different things going on. One of those is that Aimbot is being toggled on, whether that be through a paddle on her controller, a key on her keyboard, or a foot pedal. And due to her being a controller player, I'm going to say that's either with a paddle on a controller or a foot pedal. But not just that, it looks like aim at nearest player or a similar setting is actually set up for Nadia due to the way in which her aim seems to be behaving. And last but not least, it's clearly Aimbot turned on. If you did enjoy today's video guys, hit the thumbs up if you're new, subscribe and turn on notifications, and if you enjoyed this one, you will definitely enjoy this one here. Go and check it out. Thank you.